Hello lovely, and welcome back to the Makeup Hunter. If you haven't met me before, hello, lovely to meet you. My name is Laura. In today's video I'm going to be doing a get ready with me. I know some of my lovely subscribers like it when I film here at the caravan. I am currently on a 2-week holiday at my static caravan in Wales. So I thought I would just do a little get ready with me. I am just popping out for a couple of hours, so I thought I would switch the camera on while I put some makeup on. I want to use a couple of palettes that I haven't actually got round to using yet, so I want to do a look using the I Heart Revolution Tasty Watermelon palette. This palette screams summer to me, and we are in the depths of autumn, so I want to do more of an autumn vibes look using some of the warmer tones in the palette. And then I also am going to probably mix in a shade from the I Heart Revolution. This is the honey chocolate bar palette. This is an all shimmer palette, and some of the tones in here I thought would work with the tones in the Tasty Watermelon palette. I'm also going to be using another couple of items that I haven't used before. It's going to be a fully drugstore and affordable makeup look, so if that sounds like something you'd be interested in watching, then please do stick around. Like the video if you like this kind of content, subscribe to my channel to see more from me, and leave me a lovely comment. I love chatting to you guys in the comment section. So without further ado, let's get some makeup on my face. Okay, so starting with my base, first things first, I'm going to prime. I've done all of my skincare and I've got moisturiser on, which has got some SPF in. It's 5 o'clock in the evening. It's as dull as dishwater out today, so I've got I think it's factor 20 on my face today. I'm just going to go over top with the Revolution Pro Eternal Rose Serum Primer. This doesn't say that it's a primer, it's a Hydra Rose Serum, but it was in the primer section on the website. So I'm just going to use a little of this just to add a bit more hydration. My skincare's been on about half an hour. That feels, it's lovely and light. And then just where I have some open pores and have a few blemishes from ingrowing hairs, I'm just going to use the e.l.f. Blemish Fighting Putty Primer just to help with these bits. And I'm also going to put some on the side, down the sides of my nose and on the centre of my forehead, just sort of anywhere where I feel I need a little extra help. There we go, my skin is nice and primed. I'm also going to prime my under eye area using the Revolution Line Fix. This is a product that I use every time I do my makeup if I remember it. And it's a product that I don't ever want to be without. It's brilliant. I find it really helps with mascara transfer. So I'm just going to put that on my under eye area. Okay, and the foundation that I'm going to be using today is a new one that I haven't actually tried yet. I did do a haul recently, and I did mention this in the haul. This is the XX Revolution Skin Blur Soft Focus Skin Tint. This is supposed to be a dupe of the Fenty Eavesdrops, which I do have and really enjoy. I've got mine in the shade beige, so I'm gonna give this a try. start with that to begin with. It's very, very lightweight, thin texture, really good colour match for me. Doesn't have much of a scent, it's more of like a fresh like skincare sort of scent. And then I'm going to blend it in properly using a damp sponge. It has actually pretty decent coverage for a skin tint. It feels super lightweight and it does have a demi matte finish. I would definitely agree with that. That is lovely. You can still see some of my redness. It did really help cover up the redness around my hairline. It's blended in really easily. You can still see some of the redness under my chin. But yeah, I really like that. That's lovely. I'm also going to just colour correct under my eyes a little with the Revolution Eye Bright colour corrector in the shade Light Medium. You only need a small amount of this product. And then I'm just going to blend it in properly with my sponge. I am going to be adding concealer over the top, but just to give a little bit of extra coverage to those like dark circles. Okay, and for concealer under my eyes, I'm going to use a mix of two. So I'm going to use my e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in the shade Light Ivory, and then just brighten that up with the Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer in the shade Porcelain. This one I find is a little bit yellow for my liking. I'm not going to bother covering up these down here anymore. And then I'm going to blend that all in with my sponge. And while I'm blending that, we can have a little chat. I hope everybody is doing okay at the moment, enjoying the change of the weather. I hope it's not affected anybody too much with like colds and stuff. I woke up with a really sore throat this morning, but I'm hoping it's not going to develop into anything more. I've got some Strepsils at the ready, just in case. I also had a flare-up last night, one of the worst that I've had in a very long time. And it happened in the middle of Primark, which is where I am going this evening. I'd literally just walked into Primark. I started to feel funny, and then the pains, like labour contractions, that's the best way that I can describe it, even though I don't know what that actually feels like myself. That's what it's been explained to me like. I was on my hands and knees in the middle of the shoe section. A lovely one of the lady managers had to come over and sort of helped me through it, because I was panicking a little bit. I was on my own when it happened. My mum had gone to the car to get something, and yeah, she had to talk me through my breathing and stuff. It was absolutely mortifying. Luckily this store was pretty quiet at the time, but I had to fill out an incident form and go through all of that business. And it had been the first time I had been out all week. I had been so looking forward to going to Primark. It was the one place that I wanted to go to while we were out shopping, because I wanted to look at the Primark and I Heart Revolution collection. And yeah, I didn't even get a chance to look around at all. We had to leave after that happened, and I passed out in the car on the way home, which was, that hasn't happened for a long time. So yes, I'm feeling a little bit delicate today, a bit nervous about going out, but luckily Mum can park right outside as she did last night, so if anything happens I can get to the car quickly, but I don't think she'll be letting me out of her sight tonight. But yeah, that was not fun. I've actually written a letter to the store, to the manager who stayed with me and like helped me through, because she was absolutely amazing. She didn't overstep my boundaries. She was just there to help keep me calm. She was trying to get me to focus on my breathing. She gave me the space to, you know, for it to just pass. She cleared a space for me to sit down and stuff, so she was great, and I really appreciate it, because a lot of people don't know what to do in situations like that. So yeah, so that was interesting. So we're going for round 2 tonight to have another go, see how far we get tonight. But yeah, so I hope everybody is doing good, and is happy and taking care of yourself. I just used the Collection Cream Bronzer, and now I'm just using the Collection Filter Finish Liquid Blush Wand in the shade Peach Please. I absolutely love this liquid blusher. It is beautiful. And I'm just using the same brush that I used for my cream bronzer. I'm really happy with how my skin is looking with that skin tint. It has dried down to a matte finish. I could probably get away with not setting this. I am going to, because when we were in Primark last night, it was so hot in there. That was one of the reasons that I knew that I was going into a flare. The sweat was literally running down my back. My hair was all wet. I had like a proper hot flush, and then it started. But my mum had said like it was really hot in there anyway, so I don't want my makeup to all slide off. And I'm going to wear a t-shirt tonight. So that is my cream products done. I do actually think I'm going to use a little cream highlight. I'm going to try the Collection Liquid Highlight Wand in the shade Strobe Light. I haven't used this one yet. Just going to use a little bit of this. I mean, that blush wand is glowy anyway. But we just add a little bit, see what that looks like. I'll just use the same brush again. Yeah, that's really pretty. It's like translucent, just adds a nice glow. There, happy with how my base is looking so far. Now, just to set everything in place, I'm going to use my I Heart Revolution coconut baking powder and also a little bit of my e.l.f. powder foundation just down the centre of my face. So I'm going to go off camera and do that, and then I'll be back with you. Okay, that hairband was getting further and further back on my head. So I've just done a very light set, and I actually love the combination of those two powders. You can still see a glow. I didn't put too much over like the outer perimeter of my face. But yeah, I'm really loving how my base is looking. I'm now going to go in with the Makeup Academy Bronzed in the shade Solar 100 and just warm my face up a little further. This is quite pigmented, so I don't want to use a huge amount of it. There we go. Right, and then I am just going to set everything down using the I Heart Revolution Cranberry Fixing Spray. This is from the I Heart Revolution Tasty Hamper set. It has like a gold shimmer to it. The spray is quite feisty, so I go in with caution with that, but it does leave like a beautiful glow to the skin. Okay, now I'm just going to nip off camera and do my brows and prime my eyes, and then we'll move on to eyeshadow. Okay, so I've just run some of my I Heart Revolution Honey Brow Jam through my brows. They are still a little bit white whilst it sort of dries down. And I've just used my Maybelline Colour Tattoo in the shade Front Runner, which is like a nice champagne-y colour, just to prime my eyes. I love the Revlon and the Maybelline cream shadows as eye primers. I am going to now start my eyeshadow using the I Heart Revolution Tasty Watermelon palette. So this is what it looks like. Beautiful bright summer colours, and the look that I have in mind is to use the shade Sunshine first of all, then go in with Picnic. If I need to deepen it up, use this shade Slushy, and then I was going to use the shade Fresh, and then to lighten up the front part, I was going to use the shade Honeyed, this like peachy colour from the I Heart Revolution Honey palette. So let's see if the vision comes right, and we'll get this eyeshadow sorted. So I'm starting with that bright yellow called Sunshine, and I'm just going to use a light dusting of that, it's quite pigmented, as a transition. Okay, and then on a smaller brush I'm going to go into the shade Melonade, which is this like mid orange from that row. And again, this looks as though it's going to be very pigmented, and I just want to keep that sort of on the outer edge and slightly into the crease. and that is very pigmented and a little bit does spread a long way. And then because I feel like I've lost a bit of that yellow, that Melonade shade has overpowered the shade Sunshine, I'm just going to go in a little bit more over the top of that. There we go. And then I'm going to take that shade Melonade underneath the lower lash line also. Okay, and I don't think I'm going to use that darker brown shade Slushy. I think I'm going to take Melonade on this more concentrated brush and just sort of pack a little bit more on the outer corners, because I do really like that shade. Yeah, like that. I think that is enough. Okay, and now I'm just going to lay down a little bit of a primer for the shimmers to stick to. I'm going to be using the XX Revolution primer in the shade Translucent. I have tried using this as a primer all over my eye, like in place of the Maybelline Cream Shadow, but I don't like it. I much prefer the Revolution Super Base Eye Primer. I find blending on top of this one quite difficult because it is very silicone-y, almost greasy, but it works brilliant applying shimmers on top of it. So I'm just going to put a little on the lid and then just tap it out with my finger. Okay, and then I'm going to go over the top of that whilst it's still nice and sticky with the shade Fresh on the outer half of the lid, and then I'll go in with that shade from the Honey palette on the inner part. It's a nice, like, rusty colour. And I just find shimmers look really smooth over the top of that primer. I'm just gonna go and blend a little over the edge there. Okay. And then I'm going to go into the shade from the Honey palette, which is the shade Honeyed, and just put that across the front section. It's more of like a rose gold. And I don't mind if a little of that goes up over the front here, so I am going to take some on my fluffy brush. There we go. And then for an inner corner highlight, I think I'm going to go in with this shade Nectar from the Honey palette, this nice light lemony colour, and I'm just going to put that on with a very small detail brush. That makes a really pretty inner corner. There we go. So that, I think, is it for my eyes. I'm just going to reassess slightly in a bigger mirror. Have a tiny bit of fallout. Okay, and I think the only appropriate shade to go on the waterline is going to be my Revolution Streamline eyeliner in the shade Orange. And then I'm going to just pop off camera, curl my lashes and put some mascara on, and then we'll be back just to do the rest of the face and my lips. And there we go, my eyes are complete. I used a combination of two mascaras. I used the Revolution Lift and Define 5D Lash, and then I also used the Primark mascara, which is the double act, which is the dupe of the Maybelline Sky High. This one at the moment I find is a little bit too wet, so I'm liking going over with this one to help separate and define. And then for blush and highlight, we're gonna go for, I'm going to try a little bit of this shade Pop My Cherry, which is the Revolution Blusher Reloaded, and then I'm going to go over with a little bit of the Tasty Cranberry Jelly, this gold shade. So I'm going to go in with my highlighter first. I think this will tie in really nicely with the tones on the eyes. And then I'm going to be very delicate with this blusher because it is so pigmented. And I'm going to use a flat top kabuki brush, and I'm literally just going to go bloop. And that, you can see a lot comes off on that. So I'm just going to tap some off on the back of my hand. And I'm kind of buffing it into the skin. And then I'm just going to go over with my highlighter brush over everything. Okay, and for lips, I am going to go in with my Makeup Academy Intense Colour Lip Liner in the shade Dream Girl. This is a beautiful pink that I can't seem to stop wearing. And with that, I'm going to use the Makeup Academy Satin Sheen Lip Stylo in the shade Heartfelt. Okay, so I'm going to pop off camera, do my hair, put my clothes on, and I'll be back to show you the final look. Okay, and that's me all done. I really love how my eyeshadow has come out, the combination of both of those palettes, and I think my skin looks really beautiful. So that is me done, ready just to pop out for an hour. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this get ready with me. I hope I did justice to both of those beautiful palettes. Thank you so much for watching, and for all my lovely new subscribers, welcome, and I hope you'll stick around for a while with me and hang out with me again in the future. So yeah, thanks guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye lovely.